Hello and welcome back to another episode of Tiger Eye. We've got a great episode for you this week. It's Appreciation Month for all of our workers in the Media Center, and Anthony is giving us some more insight. I'm taking a closer look at what it means to be a part of the pageant world, and Max is doing a deeper dive into our athletic fields and what spring weather can mean for the sports season. Now let's give it to Anthony.
This April is Media Center Appreciation Month, a time where students and teachers alike give thanks to their school's coordinator for all of the time and effort they put into making their library a special place. But for Taylor Revis and other media assistants, just how much they get to interact with our school's coordinator, Ms. Shuffler, adds to the experience.
Compared to other ones that I've had in the past, whether that be elementary, middle school, I think it's just how much more you get to interact with her. Because when you come into the library, she always says, "Hey friends, how you doing?" Stuff like that. She wants to talk to you, get to know you.
I feel like you see teachers outside of school and you think that they're just like teachers all the time, but like she's talked to us a lot about her like outside of school life, and she does a lot of things outside of school that still deals with like reading and stuff.
She's really, really nice. And if you need help with anything, she'll be more than willing to help.
While Ms. Shuffler works hard to help who she can, her assistants come in with a good attitude and the work drive necessary to get through all of the work that needs to be done.
Honestly, I come in every day with a good attitude. I think that's what she needs more than anything. She gets stressed out. Obviously, it's a stressful job, so you just kind of do everything you can to make her feel better.
We support Ms. Shuffler by doing anything that she needs us to do. It could be going to get attendance every day, or shelving books, or helping someone who comes into the library, and it just kind of helps her because she has so many jobs that she does.
While media assistants help Ms. Shuffler with all of the work she has to do, for media assistant Casey Kirby, having to search through the multitude of books that the Media Center's inventory has to offer was one of the bigger surprises of the job.
I mean, like I said, we have to go through all these books, and we have to look for lost books, go through inventory, scan all the books that we can't find, and look for them.
I think the biggest thing that surprised me, although I knew more would be about it than just checking in books, but I think all the stuff that we've done, because we've gone and thrown away cardboard boxes, or we're in the back organizing those books. I didn't even know that there were that many back there. So there's just so many more, there's so much more to it than just checking in books, checking out books.
However, for both assistants and students alike, the Media Center is more than just the sum of its shelves. For Ms. Shuffler, the role that the Media Center plays as a focal point of social activity is one of the big effects it has on our school.
Well, I think it's just a good center point for people to get together and chat and engage with each other. Also, it's just a good place to have resources we do everything from hotspots to library books for your English class to personal reads, but also just a place where you can talk about what's going on in your life and things you're interested in.
I think just how versatile the Media Center is, not only does it have hundreds of books that you can choose from for whatever you want to read, whether it's something for class or something you want to learn more about, or even just reading a fantasy book where you can go to a whole nother world.
So a lot of students come in here on a daily and just work, find books and do their own thing. It's just a relaxing thing, and the Media Center gives them that opportunity.
Ms. Shuffler has been here at Ford since 2009. However, this is her 5th year as our Media Center coordinator, having taught multiple classes before moving on to where she is now.
So I started out as a family and consumer science teacher, and I taught foods and nutrition and parenting and interior design. And then my last year of teaching, I was able to do a couple of leadership things where I got to go and train for some technology and then come back and do professional development for the staff, and I really enjoyed that.
So whether you're coming to the Media Center to read, pick up a book for class, to work, or just to talk to your friends, while April may come and go, our appreciation for Ms. Shuffler and all of the Media Center staff should not leave with it.
Thanks, Anthony, and thanks to all of our hard workers in the Media Center. The library is an important part of our school, standing with it even directly after establishment of Ford in 1953. But they aren't the only older topic of today's episode. Pageants have been around for over a century, starting in the late 1800s. Today, there are many different pageants on different scales, from local school-held to eventually Miss Universe. Contestants are judged on traits such as personality and poise. But before you can showcase your skills on stage, all contestants spend time together in the weeks prior when preparing for their pageant. This gives all participating girls a chance to get to know one another.
It's a great place to find friends and be able to support other women.
We all loved each other. We were all happy for each other, win or lose.
Besides just the possibility of gaining some friends with the same interests, for senior and longtime pageant participant Addison Setzer, the crown and sash isn't all she takes away from pageants. Certain skills are also gained with the territory of getting up on stage.
I'm not a public speaker at all, but in order to do pageants, you kind of have to learn how to public speak. You have to learn how to step out of your comfort zone at times, so it definitely helps me like put myself out there when I need to.
Pageants give you a chance to gain skills you may not be the strongest in, but to stand in front of an audience, however, is something you have to be ready for.
I mean, it builds courage in the girls to show that they are capable of doing it. And they just, every single year, there's more and more girls each year, which is a great sign. It raises money for the school, it raises money for the girls, and so it opens up so many opportunities for them.
Pageants can open up certain windows and chances. For freshman Tatum Robbins, this means being a part of the Miss America organization and securing a scholarship that was gained from winning Miss Mount Holly. She will this upcoming June participate in the Miss North Carolina pageant to potentially gain even more money for her future.
Representing Mount Holly, but really representing me and representing like where I grew up, which is here. Being a freshman at Ford, obviously I'm representing my hometown.
Pageants can open doors for the contestants' future, but have also been described as a way to give the girls competing some more opportunities to learn about themselves. Don't be afraid to get out there if you're curious about the pageanting world. Max, however, got out there to find out more about softball, but hit a snag when the games kept getting canceled or postponed. Max?
At the beginning of this week, I wanted to take a closer look at the softball team and how they get prepared for games. However, the Tuesday game was postponed to Wednesday, and today, Wednesday, I'm standing in front of the softball field and it is clear that they will not be playing here tonight. Softball is not the only team affected by the rainy conditions of the spring. This week, let's take a look at the decisions that go into making sure athletes are safe during the stormy conditions.
If we cancel a game on Friday, we're typically going to play on that Monday if the weather allows. If we can get the game in on Friday, obviously we would like to play, but the safety of our student athletes is first and foremost. We want to have a safe playing surface, and a lot of times that's just not feasible as we've had so far this spring. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but player safety is our utmost priority.
Sometimes moving games is unavoidable, but that doesn't mean it doesn't create challenges for coaches and players.
It's really hard because you have to, per conference rules, schedule to the next available date. So for instance, East Lincoln got canceled and we have a game today. So the next available date would be April 8th. Well, that puts us playing right after spring break and we didn't practice over spring break. So that kind of hurts us.
It kind of pushes everything back, and sometimes we won't be able to play some games because we wouldn't have time from the in-conference schedule, so it's kind of frustrating.
Games being moved doesn't just complicate scheduling. It also means that practices will be canceled. And for soccer player Riley Settlemeyer, that creates a challenge.
If we practice, we get better, so the less we practice, we won't have any improvement, so it kind of risks our performance level.
When teams have to cancel a game because of weather, it takes away from practices. But playing in that bad weather can lead to some challenges.
It's a little difficult because you're more focused on the rain hitting your face, the water in your eyes, so it's kind of harder to communicate with the weather like that.
Well, if the ground's too soft, then the ball will slow down pretty significantly. The ball will kind of stick in the dirt instead of being a smooth play.
Sometimes I think it's fun, but also it can be frustrating passing the ball's slippery, it can get around quicker, and so it's hard to kind of play in the rain.
While playing in wet conditions does lead to some challenges, it isn't all bad.
I love when it rains because you get muddy and it's just so fun.
It's like jumping in puddles, kind of. You're sliding, slip and sliding all on the ground. It's just better than playing in the hot sun.
Well, you slide a lot faster in the outfield because the grass gets really slick, so you literally just fly.
While playing in the rain can be fun for softball player Maddie Lenhart, there are also some good things about cancellations.
I like when it happens because usually if we're at home and the game gets canceled, then we usually have a team bonding thing after. Like we go out to eat together or we go do something together. And it's just really fun. And we connect on a better level that way. It gives us a break because, you have games 3 days a week and you have schoolwork. So when a game gets canceled, that's the day you really get to catch up on everything, like your homework, your schoolwork.
If you're planning on going to a spring sporting event, make sure to keep an eye on the WAG and listen to the announcements after school to make sure you know about any delays or cancellations.
Thanks, Max. Now it's time for this week's Wins with Wyant.
Hi, I'm Easton Ryan, and I'm here with Tatum Wigley. So, Tatum, what's your win for this week?
My win is the baseball game that we won over St. Stephen's 6-2.
All right, that is it for this Wins with Ryan. Now back to you.
Well, that's all for this episode, and we'll see you the next.